Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered why life puts you through fires you never signed up for? Why you feel stretched beyond your limits, tested beyond reason, and yet here you are, still standing. That's no accident. That's not random. That's power. A power so deep, so unshakable that even the forces meant to break you are terrified of it. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to live an ordinary, quiet, unnoticed life. You were set apart before you even took your first breath. And the battles you faced, they weren't proof of your weakness. They were confirmation of your calling. When life comes at you with storms, when challenges rise like mountains, it's not because you're forgotten. It's because you're chosen. And let me tell you something about being chosen. It's not about being the strongest, the smartest, or the most qualified. It's about carrying something on the inside that cannot be ignored. It's about having a fire that refuses to burn out no matter how many times life tries to snuff it out. You've walked through things that should have destroyed you. You've survived seasons that should have buried you. And yet, here you are, stronger, wiser, more dangerous. Yes, dangerous. Because when you know who you are, when you understand the power placed inside of you, fear no longer controls you. Doubt no longer paralyzes you, and circumstances no longer define you. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. The power in you speaks for itself. It moves mountains, it breaks chains, it opens doors no one can shut, and shuts doors no one can open. That's why the opposition has been so strong. That's why you face resistance. Because you don't just exist, you shift atmospheres. You don't just survive, you lead. And the moment you decide to stop questioning if you're enough, if you're worthy, if you're capable, that's the moment everything changes. That's when you stop running from your power and start walking in it. That's when you stop shrinking and start standing tall. That's when the world begins to see what's been inside you all along. So don't waste another second wondering if you're called, if you're chosen, if you're equipped. The battles you've fought, the fire you've endured, the weight you've carried, it all screams the answer. You are here for a reason. You are built for more. And the power in you, it's not just strong, it's unstoppable. There's something about you that makes life test you harder. Ever notice that? While others coast by, you find yourself walking through storms you never signed up for. The weight feels heavier, the battle's more intense, and sometimes you wonder if you're even built for this. But here's the truth. This isn't happening to you by accident. It's happening because you're chosen. The strongest warriors don't get the easiest fights. They get the ones that demand everything, the ones that push them to limits they didn't even know existed. That's why you've been through what you've, not because you were forgotten, but because you were set apart. Because there's a power in you that the world cannot afford to leave unnoticed. And let's be real, anything that carries power attracts resistance. Think about it. Diamonds don't form without pressure, and fire doesn't refine gold without heat. It's the struggle that shapes you, the pain that sharpens you, and the storms that teach you how to stand unshaken. You may not see it now, but every moment of hardship, every door that closed, every battle that felt like it would break you, it was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to build you into something unstoppable. You weren't chosen for an easy life. You were chosen for a life that makes an impact. That means standing when others sit. That means pushing forward when others quit. That means carrying a light so strong that darkness has no choice but to back down. But it won't always be fair. It won't always make sense, but one day you'll look back and see that every battle was proof that you were never just anyone. You were always meant for something greater. From the moment you took your first breath, you were never meant to blend in. You weren't designed to fit the mold, to follow the crowd, or to live a life that goes unnoticed. There's something different about you, something that sets you apart. You felt it, haven't you? That quiet voice inside that tells you you're made for more. The feeling that no matter how much you try to settle into the ordinary, it just doesn't work. That's not a mistake. That's not wishful thinking. That's purpose calling your name. And yet, the world will try to convince you otherwise. It will tell you to play it safe, to dim your light, to be like everyone else. It will make you question if standing out is worth the struggle. But here's what they don't tell you. When you carry something powerful, you will always feel the weight of it. Being different isn't a burden, it's a responsibility. And the reason you've never been able to fade into the background is because you weren't made for the background. You were made to lead, to influence, to shift the atmosphere the moment you walk in. It's not about arrogance, and it's not about being better than anyone else. It's about understanding that you carry something inside you that this world needs. Your voice, your vision, your presence, it was all designed to leave an impact. The moment you stop trying to blend in is the moment you start stepping into who you were meant to be. And yes, that might make some people uncomfortable. It might even make you uncomfortable. But greatness has never come from those who chose to shrink. So stop waiting for permission to take up space. Stop doubting the very thing that makes you different. The world doesn't need another copy, it needs you. exactly as you were made to be, because the moment you fully embrace that, you don't just exist, you become unstoppable. Strength isn't just about muscles or how much you can carry on the outside. Real strength is invisible until it's tested. It's the moments when everything in you wants to give up, but something deeper says not yet. It's in the nights when doubt whispers that you're not enough, but something louder inside refuses to believe it. Strength isn't proven in easy seasons. It's revealed in the struggle, in the fire, in the moments when you feel like breaking, but somehow you don't. Look back for a second. Think about everything you've faced. The heartbreaks, the disappointments, the battles no one even knew you were fighting. There were days you thought you wouldn't make it through, and yet here you are. That alone should tell you something. You are not weak. You are not fragile. You are stronger than you've ever given yourself credit for. And that strength, it's not just about survival. It's proof of the power inside you. The reason life has tried so hard to break you is because of what you carry within. Weak people don't get tested like this. Ordinary people don't go through what you've gone through. You've been through more than most, and that's not a sign of your limits. It's evidence of your potential. Because pressure only comes to those who have something valuable inside them. But strength isn't just about enduring pain, it's about what you do with it. Some people let struggles define them, let their past weigh them down, but not you. You've been given a choice to let everything you've been through make you bitter, or to let it make you unstoppable. Because when you realize that nothing that tried to break you succeeded, you start walking differently. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop apologizing for your power. You stop letting fear dictate your life. You didn't just survive, you grew. You didn't just make it through, you became stronger because of it. And that strength, it's not just yours. It's proof of something greater working within you. The world sees it, life has tested it. And now, it's time for you to own it. There's something inside you that refuses to burn out, no matter how many times life has tried to snuff it out. It's the reason you've been through storms that should have drowned you, faced battles that should have broken you, and walked through fire that should have left you in ashes. And yet, you're still here, not just surviving, but standing, growing, pushing forward. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's fire, a fire that cannot be put out. The world doesn't always know what to do with people like you. People who refuse to quit, who refuse to settle, who refuse to let circumstances define them. It tries to dim you, to make you doubt yourself, to convince you that maybe you're too much. But here's the thing. Fire doesn't ask for permission to burn. It doesn't wait for approval. It just is. And so are you. There's a reason you've always felt a pull toward more. A reason you've never been able to sit comfortably in mediocrity. That's not a flaw. That's fire calling you forward. And sure, fire is misunderstood, it's feared, it's unpredictable, but it's also unstoppable. The same flames that destroy also refine. The same heat that melts wax strengthens gold. And that's exactly what's been happening to you. Every struggle, every setback, every moment of doubt, it wasn't there to weaken you. It was there to refine you, to shape you into someone who cannot be shaken. You don't need validation to step into who you were meant to be. You don't need the world's approval to carry the fire you've been given. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that you keep burning, keep pushing, keep showing up. The fire in you is not meant to be contained. It's meant to light the way, not just for you, but for everyone watching. And trust me, people are watching. They see the way you rise when you should have fallen. They see the way you keep moving when you should have stopped. And whether they admit it or not, they see the fire. So don't you dare shrink. Don't you dare dim yourself to make others comfortable. You weren't made to be small. You weren't made to hide. You were made to burn, to shine, to walk through fire without fear. And when you finally embrace that, when you stop trying to control what was never meant to be tamed, that's when you realize this fire in you, it's not just strong, it's unstoppable. The moment you walk into a room, things shift. The energy changes. People notice, even if they don't say it out loud. Some are drawn to you, some are intimidated by you, and some don't even understand why they feel different when you're around. But you feel it, don't you? That sense that you don't just exist, you affect things. That's not arrogance. That's not coincidence. That's power. You weren't made to be invisible. You weren't created to go unnoticed. There is something inside you, something bigger than just your talents, bigger than your personality, bigger than even your dreams. It's the kind of power that doesn't just live inside you. It moves through you. And because of that, wherever you go, things cannot stay the same. It's why some people don't understand you, why you sometimes feel like you don't belong, why life keeps pushing you into places you didn't expect, because you weren't designed to fit in. You were designed to influence. And real influence is not about a title. It's not about popularity. It's about presence. It's about how people feel when they are around you. Some will love you for it, some won't, but that's the nature of being chosen. Light doesn't ask darkness for permission to shine, it just does. You don't have to explain your energy, your vision, or the way you naturally lead. You don't have to shrink to make others comfortable. You don't have to water yourself down just so you're easier to digest. You were given this power for a reason, to be a force that changes the atmosphere, that inspires, that pushes others to see something greater in themselves. But you have to own it. You have to stop questioning whether you're enough, whether you're too much, whether you should tone yourself down. You weren't made to sit quietly on the sidelines. You weren't given this fire just to keep it hidden. The world needs people who shift the atmosphere. The world needs you, so walk like you belong because you do. Speak like your words matter because they do. Live like your presence makes a difference because it already does. And when you finally realize that, when you stop doubting what's been inside you all along, that's when everything changes. That's when you don't just exist. That's when you lead. Fear has tried to silence you. Doubt has tried to paralyze you. Every setback, every whispered lie in your mind has tried to convince you that you're not enough, that you're too broken, too unqualified, too small to make an impact. But here's the truth. The power inside you makes fear nervous. It makes doubt question itself. It makes every obstacle shake because it knows something you haven't fully realized yet. You are dangerous. You see, fear doesn't attack the weak. It doesn't come for those who have no purpose. It only fights those who are a threat. And if fear has been loud in your life, if resistance has been strong, that's not proof of your limits, it's confirmation of your strength. The world has tried to distract you, to make you second-guess yourself, to keep you trapped in hesitation. Why? Because the moment you step fully into who you were created to be, nothing can stop you. Think about it. Every time you stood up despite the fear, every time you've moved forward despite the doubt, something shifted. Doors opened, chains broke, and even when you fell, even when you struggled, you still rose again. That's power. That's resilience. And that's exactly why fear works overtime to make you forget it. Because the moment you realize how powerful you truly are, fear loses its grip. But here's the thing, power doesn't work if you don't use it. You can't keep playing small, hoping to avoid resistance. You can't keep shrinking yourself to make fear more comfortable. The world doesn't need a version of you that's watered down by insecurity. It needs the real you, the bold you, the unstoppable you. So don't let fear call the shots. Don't let doubt write the story. The power inside you is not just meant to be felt, it's meant to be used. And the moment you stop questioning it, the moment you stop waiting for permission to be as strong as you were created to be, that's when everything changes. That's when you stop being afraid of fear, and fear starts being afraid of you. The moment you stop questioning your worth, the moment you stop hesitating, the moment you stop waiting for a sign to step into who you were meant to be, that's the moment everything shifts. Because you were never meant to live a life of hesitation. You were never meant to second guess every step, wondering if you're enough, if you're ready, if you have what it takes. You already do, you always have. And the only thing's been holding you back isn't your circumstances, isn't your past, isn't what they said about you. It's the moment of hesitation before you own what's been inside you all along. You don't need to wait for approval. You don't need permission. You don't need to explain why you carry this fire, why you see the world differently, why you can't just sit back and settle for less than what you know you were made for. You weren't designed to live a quiet, ordinary life. You were chosen for more. And when you finally accept that, when you finally start walking in that truth, nothing can stop you. Think about all the times you almost gave up. All the times you almost let fear win. All the times you let doubt convince you that maybe you weren't made for something greater. And yet here you are, still standing, still rising, still pushing. That's not by accident. That's proof that there is something inside you that refuses to be silenced, something that refuses to back down. And the moment you choose to fully embrace that, that's the moment fear loses. That's the moment doubt fades. That's the moment doors open that were once locked. You are not here to survive. You are here to rise. You are not here to blend in. You are here to lead. You are not here to hold back. You are here to break through. The power in you is not just strong, it is unstoppable. And now is the time to stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop wondering if you're ready. You were born ready. Now step into it Every great story has a turning point, a moment when the main character realizes they are no longer who they used to be, that they cannot go back to the way things were, and that they must step into something greater. This is that moment for you, the moment you stop playing small, the moment you stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect version of yourself. The moment you finally understand that you were never meant to fit into the ordinary, because the fire inside you was always meant to set something ablaze. You are not here by accident. You are not walking through life without purpose. Every struggle, every setback, every moment that tried to break you was actually shaping you, refining you, making you stronger. You have been tested because you carry something powerful. You have been stretched because you were made for more. And the moment you start believing that, really believing it, is the moment your life shifts forever. No more waiting for someone to validate your worth. No more dimming your light to make others comfortable. No more standing at the edge of your potential, afraid to take the leap. The world does not need a version of you that is diluted by fear. It needs the real you, the bold, unstoppable, undeniable force that you were created to be. So walk forward, walk with confidence, with purpose, with the kind of certainty that makes fear tremble. Let your presence shift the atmosphere. Let your voice carry weight. Let your life be proof that nothing, not doubt, not fear, not the past, can hold back someone who knows who they are. This is your moment. Not someday, not when things are easier, not when you feel more ready. Now. Step into the fire, step into your power, step into the life that has been waiting for you all along. Because the only thing more dangerous than the power inside you is a person who finally decides to use it.